We're going to do a really quick first look at Model Context Protocol for Dynamics 365 Customer Service. This is currently a preview feature. It is expected to be generally available in the very near future, so I thought I would take us on a quick look at how to connect to it and some of the things you can start to do with it in Copilot Studio. All right, so connecting to MCP and Copilot Studio is super easy. I've got this agent that I've created here. This is just a blank agent. And what I've done is I've hooked it up to Dataverse MCP server for customer service. It's really easy to do. Just click add a tool within your tools and then model context protocol. And you see that we've got the Dynamics 365 customer service MCP server here. Once you've connected to it, we'll take a look at all the tools that are available to you, and it can do quite a lot. So it can go look up cases, it can update them, it can add case notes, it can even create a case, close cases, go find accounts and contacts related to cases, and draft emails. So it has a pretty cool suite of tools. So let's test this out and see what it can do. Now, I've got a trial spun up of Dynamics Customer Service, and I've got a case that came in the sample data here. So we're going to use that for our example. So let's come over here to the agent, let's refresh, and let's pop a prompt in here. And I'm going to ask it to return information about this case number here. This is the case ticket number for this case. So let's ask MCP to do that. So it's going to go connect up to Dataverse, look for the case, and it's pulled back some information for us. Pulled back the title, the description, status, and some of the other details. Very, very cool. All right, well, let's see what else we could do. Maybe we can update the description. Let's see if it can do that. All right, so on the case description, we've got here that the customer is having issues with their daily coffee machine making overly bitter coffees. So what I'm going to do is pop in this update here, and we're having issues, it's making bitter coffees, and that this has started in the last 2 to 3 days. So let's pop this in and see what happens. We're going to go away, we're going to talk to Dataverse MCP. It's going to look up the case and perform an update on it. And it says that it's updated it. So let's come over here and let's refresh. So this is the original text. Let's click refresh. And look at that. This is really, really cool. Now, I was thinking that it might have appended this twice, but look what it did. It added this last bit. It read the description. It knew that we already had this, and it just added that. It even capitalized this. That's really cool. Look at this. In my prompt, where's my prompt? So I don't even have the first letter capitalized here. Bad typing and grammar on my part. But if we come here, MCP not only added the correct part, but it corrected my grammar. That is very, very, very cool. All right, let's take it a step further, and let's ask to add a case note. So let's come here and say let's add a case note, asking to do, saying that the warranty service is done at no charge. And let's see what happens. So it's going to go away. It's going to talk to MCP server. And had a problem. Let's try it one more time. Your mileage will vary when you are working with these tools. It's not quite as deterministic as more traditional automation like Power Automate. But as you see, you get some really cool surprises sometimes, like the way it appended just the bit that I wanted and corrected my grammar, which kind of makes up for the times that sometimes it doesn't always work exactly as we would think the first time. But it's all part of the fun of exploring this really cool new technology. All right, so it's looking up the case, going to add a case note, and it's done it. All right, let's come back here to our case and refresh our timeline. So we've got a note that I added 10 minutes ago when I was testing. Let's go ahead and refresh. And look at that. It's added the case note. All right, let's do one more thing, and let's go for see if we can combine a few of these things together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to look up the case, add the case note stating that the warranty service is required, and then send an email response to the customer. So let's ask it to do that and see how we go. All right, so it's going to look up our case. And then, all right, it's looking up our case. There we go. So the first thing it does is it lists out all the tools it has. It's now adding our note. And next it should be drafting our email. It looks like it's doing that now. And it looks like it's done that. Okay, let's come back to our case here and let's refresh. And I'll expect to find the case note and the email here in the timeline. And look at that. We've got our case note saying that a warranty service is required. And it's drafted an email. So, dear customer, I wanted to inform you that it requires a warranty service. Very, very, very cool. So, first look at some of the tools available in Customer Service Dataverse MCP. Pretty powerful stuff. So hopefully you start to see how you could start to incorporate these tools into agents that you've got on your service portal or even in your voice experience with Dynamics 365 Contact Center, which has its own MCP agent, but yeah, hopefully you're starting to see the power of these and how they can really be used to advance your customer service operations when you're using Model Context Protocol and Dynamics 365 Customer Service. All right, that's it from me. Really rushed first look, but I hope you are starting to see how cool this is and some of the possibilities. All right, go do something awesome on the Power Platform, and I will talk to you soon.